Hello and welcome to another video by TechCasetti. Today we will showcase how TechCasetti Seamless will enable you to make better business decisions leveraging artificial intelligence. The technology that not too long ago was considered to be out of reach for most enterprises. Before we start, let us answer a couple of rather simple questions. First, what is artificial intelligence? Historically, when a piece of software was developed, the developers had to think of about as many different permutations that the users would interact with that software so that they could address all the different scenarios required by those users. In other words, anything intelligent the app that piece of software would provide had to be accounted for and programmed during the development of that application. You can see how that limits the value of the application as business conditions change and the users wants additional information from the application that nobody had thought about when the application was originally developed. This is how once a smart application turned into a dumb application. What if we can make our application do things that require intelligence than what is done by human beings? What if we can make our application smarter by developing a program that can learn from experience and by finding patterns in data? That is artificial intelligence. Many powerful and resourceful companies like Oracle, IBM began developing tools that cost millions and billions of dollars, developing expensive software installed and expensive hardware managed by expensive admins to provide intelligence at a very high premium to those who could afford it. Oracle did it successfully. However, these technologies never became available to many companies who desperately needed it. With the emergence of cloud computing and APIs, software companies build their software around a simple concept of making what we call artificial intelligence available and affordable to everyone. This is when AI became mainstream. But the emergence of such technologies, not everyone can build intelligence into their applications to better serve their customers, avoid inventory nightmare, predict buyer behavior and do preventive service maintenance before elevators malfunction. To answer this second question, these are just a few examples, but you can see why AI is so important and why it is evolving at such a fast pace. It is changing the way we do business. One of the most positive outcomes of the adoption of cloud is that now everyone has access to artificial intelligence. Not only it is only an API call away, but it now costs a fraction of penny to use it. In other words, it is available to you today. Finally, now that you have access to AI, how do you build it into your enterprise applications? Well, one choice is to hire a bunch of developers to write thousands and thousands lines of code to first create integration between the required applications. Once you have solved the integration problem, you hire the more developers to code your APIs. Alternatively, you can choose a single platform, namely TechCasetti Seamless, to do all of this quickly with wizard-driven, locally in your environment without any data moving outside your environment. And when I say all of this, I mean integrate on-prem and cloud applications, create, expose, publish APIs using a single platform. In this video we will cover how we can leverage Salesforce, Einstein, IBM's Watson and Google's AI engine to predict customer sentiments. We are going to do this in two approaches, one through a web browser through a web page, and then we are going to follow that up by showing to you how you can infuse this artificial intelligence, all three of these platforms within Salesforce. So a natural question is, why run sentiment analysis on three different AI platforms? Well, not all AI solutions are created equally, and more importantly, their results can vary. We are using three different AI engines today because we want to quickly show you can swamp one engine with another. After all, using TechCasetti platform is just an API call. We are also using sentiment analysis in Salesforce so that you can track and report on customer mood and sentiment as their issues can resolved by customer reps. Alright, let's go and get started. First of all, I would like to walk you through a sentiment analysis page which we have created, and the idea is that we would enter a comment and get sentiment analysis based on three separate AI engines. One is Salesforce, Einstein, IBM's Watson and Google AI. So let us go ahead and actually do a sentiment analysis on the following text. Basically we are saying, this is the worst experience. Just terrible. So the idea is that we now run this specific comment on these three sentiment analysis engines. Behind the screen what we are doing is sending this type of interaction to TechKSeti Seamless plugin to make sure that we call the appropriate APIs and they get the results back and display back on this page. So based on the analysis that was done on this text, this is the result we got from Einstein. So as you can see, the majority of it's pretty heavily towards being negative response or negative comment. With IBM Watson we can get information about an angry, disgusted or fear plus other types of sentiments. So as you can see, Watson is telling us also very vividly that the comments that are being made here has negative sentiments, and obviously AI provided by Google also gives a pretty negative score when it comes to that specific comment. So that's outside of an application how we can use the TechKSeti Seamless plugin to do AI type of scenarios where we are getting sentiments of a specific comment. Now let us look at something that happens in a Salesforce environment. This is an existing case and triple A, the case that was opened by a customer. What we are gonna do is start adding case comments to this specific case. So let us put the same comments that we put on there as a comment in our case. This is the worst experience. Just terrible. What it is doing behind the screen is once I save the comment, it is going through the TechKSeti Seamless plugin to get call those three AI engines and returning their results back to the comments. So if I refresh my page now, you can see the part added to the comments is the sentiment that is coming from multiple places. Again, this is the information provided by Einstein, Watson and Google AI, which is same as what we got on the other screen. So this is how you can see how you can build intelligence into your interactions with your customers automatically, and behind the scene what we are doing is we are calling Salesforce's outbound messages to call our APIs that we build using TechKSeti Seamless plugin to get the results back automatically almost instantaneously into Salesforce. So now I as a customer representative I can see the tone of the specific case. Now my job is to start interacting with our customer to make sure that we change his mood from being very negative to being more positive and more delightful. So you are hoping that if you create or if customer creates another case comments which says thanks you for your help, you are great. We can easily see how the sentiment of your customer change. Again, this takes us about a second or so for us to send the information to the engine and get the results back. Now let me go down and refresh, and now you can see now we are getting more positive, more happy AAA scores, as you can track these interactions with your reps to make sure that you are changing the mood of your customers to being more positive. Thank you. That's all we had in our AI integration. Have a nice day.